Hi, today we're going to talk about an interesting topic. And many people wonder why black people don't really stick together, especially since after the civil rights movement. Why they, just kind of scatter. And there's a phenomenon for this behavior called a crab in the barrel. And it's called a crab in the barrel, a crab in the bucket. And basically, it's a syndrome where groups of a like mind, it's basically a black people, basically. It's a old slave technique. Where black people, where a group of black people, if they see one person trying to get ahead or get in the head, they try to pull them back down. That's why they call it a crab, because it's like in a barrel, the crabs, and the ones that try to get to the top, one of the two tries to get to the top, the other ones, just bring it down. So basically, that's what it's doing. So that's preventing what that one person from getting ahead, the community. It's very prevalent in our community. It's usually in impoverished communities, where one person is starting to get ahead, and the rest of the people, they become jealous, and they self-loathing because they're lacking in what it is for success in America. Success in America is hard to come by. So it's been used in the African American community a lot. So it's crabs in the barrel syndrome. And it got started in 1712 by we don't know if this letter is true or not, but anyway, it got started in 1712 when a Caribbean landowner named Willie Lynch went to different slave plantations across the South to teach the masters and overseers how to break a slave, So, and that is pitting one against the other. They make differences out of the slaves, and it still exists to this day because, well, I'll just go ahead and finish reading this and I'll give you some stories. Okay, and it still exists. They use fear, distrust, and envy to the plantations. And it's still like that today. And we'll go over some stories. Factors include age, skin, color, intelligence, gender, plantation status, living conditions. They were all used to to pit blacks against each other blacks. So they don't trust anyone but the master. So they also add middle games. Like pitting blacks. Y'all remember when Denzel Washington did Malcolm X? He told about the Negro, the house Negro, and the field Negro. That's the crab in the barrel. That's what that is. Okay. So they use status, color, um, to compete against each other. And I have an example. I've been I guess I don't know if it's a victim or what you call it, of colorism. And colorism is when slaves, it started during slavery. Master favored the light skinned, long haired slave, which was most likely the daughter, over the field slave, who looked more natural, and darker because they were out picking cotton. So to this day it exists. And it's happened to me when I was a little girl. We moved to this whole neighborhood, and I could not. I was there weren't many of us light skinned people, but I know my experience is that I would get singled out. I'll be called half white girl, think she white girl, think she better, think she pretty 'cause she light, think she's and my hair, they would want to comb my hair, and play in my hair, and because they were like Lupita. They looked like Lupita, but they weren't as pretty as her. Lupita Nyong'o, but they weren't as pretty as her. But these girls looked like her. They were dark and had short hair, and every day they would call me after school. They would call me half white girl. They call me this, they call me that, white daddy. You ain't got nothing but a white daddy, and I just finally got along with them. I said, "Look, you can comb my hair," and because they didn't have much hair, and it stopped after that. Okay, now, another thing that it just was that made the crab in the barrel, Willie Lynch, whatever letter, effective was that it would pit like the house slave against the field slave. Like, for instance, the field slaves, they would be out trying to stage a resurrection or revolution, or like Nat Turner. They're trying to do that. But the big mouth house slave would tell the master before the incident. And that's where they get the names Coon, Uncle Tom. That's basically a black man who try to be white or tries to act white or be around white people and dissociate themselves from black people. And the females are called different things: bed witches, handkerchief head, and Aunt Mama. And she's the one that baby the master and the children and all that, and does the good cooking. So either one of those two, you have to be careful with what you say around them. And it still exists today. Like I said, So it should not be long. So I talked about some slaves who tried to get away, and they were foiled by two of other slaves. And it said there are a multitude of cases where blacks have sabotaged their communities and showed no support because they feared being loved by whites. Though this phenomenon has developed during slavery, does this mentality still exist? The mentality, can you, if I can't be successful, neither can you. So, and I have another example of this. When I was a counselor at a community college, we had we had one of our student workers was like a computer genius, and he was always doing computer work, just the model student. And the other young men, they made fun of him, teased him. So he just stopped hanging out with them, just hung out in the computer lab and stuff, and work study. And they would say, well, such why you can't go out? He said, well, I have my work to do. I have my my homework, my scientific work. I'm programming a computer, and that's what I like. And the other boys, they were like gang members. All they wanted to do was get drunk and steal and stuff. But the young man with the mathematical computer privileges, he came out ahead because he managed to get a internship in Silicon Valley, and the other ones were stuck and didn't finish. So, you have to really be careful. I'm trying to see this. Oh, and briefly we did not experience the crabs in the bucket. That was during the civil rights when we stuck together, and during the Black Revolution with the Panthers and all that different stuff. And you know what happened to them? Somebody sold out and they got assassinated. It's always a sellout, and when they get assassinated, because the FBI, they usually get a person that look like the other people, and use them, to gather information, and that's called COINTELPRO, and that's why we broke. We broke when our leaders broke, when Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and all those people were assassinated by their own kind. That's when black people just went back. Like, for instance, during the slavery, they had the besides the house, and then you had the regular winch, and then you had the plantation slave. Plantation slaves still exist today. The plantation's role in life was to impregnate as many women as possible so that the master can have more slaves. So he was usually like the football athletic type, So, and the women, they were hardy and athletic themselves. So that still exists. That exists in the form of when you have these young men who don't have a job or anything. They don't use contraceptives. They go from woman to woman to woman to woman. So you have a man with multiple children by different mothers, and a woman with multiple children with different fathers. So it broke up the family somewhere I think it was like the late 60s, welfare and everything. It broke up the family. They had a family, for a little while from Reconstruction to Jim Crow. Black people had a regular family. But after that, these modern day plantation bugs, these modern day wenches, they just, sit on welfare. So, with a bunch of babies. So, and the men usually end up in jail because they can't pay child support for 10 babies. But anyway, I enjoyed talking to you about this. And it's been very insightful. Hopefully, with Donald Trump in office, black people are going to unify, because there's no way they see any hope in him. He's just straight up racist. And cooning for him is he'll use them for a little while and discard them and get another one. So we're trying to get back together slowly but surely. I don't know. I've had problems to getting them together too for workshops, especially churches. It's like, we won't do this. We don't. I said, this is mental health, not pastoral counseling. Mental health counseling is different. Oh, well, I can do it. I do it. Or they'll lie and say, oh, yeah, I do it. And you call back and they're gone. You never hear from them. So that's the divide there. The black church and regular people, or other organizations like mental health organizations and programs. And the preacher, most of the time, he doesn't have the credentials. Even I'm a Catholic, and my pastor, he had to go to seminary school and learn the Bible in 3 languages. And so somebody who went to a little Bible college or just got called, they don't know anything about psychology, mental illness, and social work. So that's where I'm experiencing my, I'm pissed off, and because our people are being killed and suicide, and it's like they don't care. They got their little people, their little church. I guess they presume that the Lord gifted them with 6 years of psychology like I got, and almost 20 years experience. I don't know. But, okay, so thank you, and hopefully we can get together, and I hope you enjoyed this little video.